In this session, I'm going to discuss about the problem 1 in part B of Java lab. So let's go to the question number 1 in part B and let's see what we are supposed to do here. In the part B question number 1, we are supposed to create a class called as member, and this member class has few data members like name, age, phone number, place and salary, and there is a method called as printSalary. And after creating this particular thing, we are supposed to create two more classes called employee and manager, which are inherited out of a member class. And then we are supposed to create two additional data members. One is specialization for employee and department for manager. After creating the employee and manager, we are supposed to assign all the details to the employee as well as manager, and we are supposed to print their details. So let's start the NetBeans, and I'm going to create a new project in NetBeans. I'm going to go to the file and I'm going to say new project, and I will select the application as my Java application because I'm developing the Java application. Let me click next, and let me give a name here, and I'm going to say member, member inheritance. Okay, you can take anything, inheritance. Okay, anyhow, but don't take the name itself as member. The reason, do not take the name of the project itself as member. The reason is you are supposed to create a class called as a member. Okay, so you are supposed to create a class called here. You are supposed to create a class called as member. So give any name, exercise 1, exercise 2, anything is okay. You just give a name, project name. Don't waste too much of time on thinking over it. So you have the member here. I'm going to just close this and I'm going to keep only one thing open. Again, if you have too many things over here, and if you feel that this is you who have created the project, not your friends from the second batch or third batch, so your batch you have created it, then if it is cluttering you, right click and then say delete. You can delete the project. Okay, so that you do it only if you feel that it is you who have created the projects, not your friends from the second batch or maybe the other section. Okay, so now let me come back to the work here, and we are supposed to create a class called as member. So let's quickly create that one. So I'm going to go to the NetBeans, and in the NetBeans you are supposed to go to the project in which you are working. So this is your project, and you notice that this is your project. So don't create anything on other project. So click on the plus sign in front of it, click on the plus sign in front of it. So source packages, and this is a package. By default NetBeans creates a package with the same name as the project. So right click on this package. Can you see this package? Right click on this package and then say new Java class, and once you create the new Java class, type the name of the class as member, because the university expects you to type the same name, so you can't change the name, member. And there are few data members which are available. I'm going to copy paste it. I have the liberty to do that, but you may not get that liberty during your examination. So in that case you have to type everything on your own. I'm going to just paste them and then fix the problems. You know very well name is a string, and age, I assume that age is integer. Okay, let me put a semicolon here, and then I'm going to just fix it. And int, okay, double click here. Okay, and you know, you have used Microsoft Word, you can drag it. I think I'll keep this phone number as string itself, the reason behind it is you know very well. If I add my name, my phone number, and your phone number, I don't think so you will get principal's phone number. So phone number is not used for doing any calculation as such. So I'm going to just keep it simple. Only thing I'm going to do is I'll take the salary as double. Okay, so I typed, oh, this is, it has become string now. Okay, so let me make it as string. Okay, so name, phone number and place are a string for me, and some of your teacher may say that no, phone number is long. It may be, they feel like it is a number, then it must be there, but I will, let me tell you, some people write like this, plus 91 and then the 10 digits. Okay, in that case it becomes not a number. Okay, because you're not going to use it for doing any calculation. So let's do that thing. So that is done. This is done, and let's see what they expect you to do. They expect you to do a method named printSalary. Again, I have the liberty to use the copy paste, so I'm going to just copy their name as it is, and I'm going to paste it. Now this is going to print. Okay, let me create a function here. So let me create a function inside this one. So I'm going to go here and I'm going to create a public. You keep one line here so that it doesn't clutter there. Okay, public void, because it's not going to return anything. Print salary, it's going to print it. I expect that it's going to print it. So I'm going to use s out, and I'm going to say salary and colon plus the salary that I have it here. So this is what university expects you to do it. By the way, you can use the small case, first letter small case. Some people use a camel casing, some people start with the first letter capitalization, others use a camel casing. So it's up to you, whichever style you want, you can use it. Let's go ahead with the other thing. Now I want these details to be fed to the members. Okay, so let me create a protected. Now your teacher has told you what is protected, because I don't want this particular method to be exposed directly. I want it to be exposed out from the employee or from the other manager. Two other classes you are supposed to do it. Here you're supposed to create employee and manager. I want this particular method to be exposed out from that, or from here. So let's go here and let me create a protected void, and I am going to say set, and I'm going to mem for member, short for member, and details. I'll take that details, and we are supposed to use all of them. Now you have the liberty to do it. Some students are not good in typing. You can use a short variable name, n, p, and so on. Don't use 2 times p, only once is allowed. So instead of writing this whole phone number, you may take longer time to type it. Make it short and crispy so that you save time during the examination. But I don't have that restriction, so I'm going to say first one is the name, that I want name. I want to set this name. Then I want to set the phone number, so I'm going to say string, yes, capital, okay, string, I'll take phone, so this time I'll take phone, okay, because it's too lengthy. And I'm going to say string place. I took that thing. Now for, because it's not visible to you, I'm going to press enter. There is no need to do that. I'm going to just press enter. I'm typing, assume that I'm typing here, and if I go beyond the screen, it is not visible to you. That's why I'm doing it. So let me take double. I think I'll take age first. Int age and double salary, SAL. I'm going to make it as SAL. Open and close the bracket. And this is your function. Now you can write like this, and if you don't like, you can write everything in one full single line. So you can write it very lengthy. You can write it, and you can reduce the name as N, phone as PH, place and PL, and so on, so that you save time in typing. Okay, now I am supposed to set the name to this one. Okay, now let's assume that during the examination you write like this: name this name and this name are same. You see that, but when you click on it, NetBeans is not highlighting this. When you click on this, NetBeans is not saying that that name appears here. The reason is this is a local variable and this is a member variable. Suppose during the examination, if you write like this, name equal to name, what is going to happen? And then put a semicolon. If you click here, you will notice that NetBeans is going to say that you are referring to the same name. This name, you may think that this is going to save it here. It is not going to save there. So you will get something from outside world and you think that I'm going to save it here in this one, but it is not going to do that. Rather, it's going to just get you back there. Okay, so be careful. So when this happens because you have the same variable name as a data member as well as the local variable. How to come out of this kind of problem? So you have to tell the Java that it is not the NetBeans which is doing. So don't think that it is NetBeans is doing some worse thing. It is not in Java. This is according to the Java, not according to the NetBeans. So how do you come out of this? Now you have to use the word this here. You have to say object reference. So when I type this, let's say, let me show you. When I type this and put dot, NetBeans will show you the member variable. Can you see there? NetBeans is showing that these are all member variable, are referring to them. Okay. Now this is a reference to the object. Now in this case, let me highlight it. I don't know whether you can see it on the screen now. When I click on this dot name, it is referring here. When I click on the name, it is referring here. Now don't think that okay, you wrote it on the right hand side, that is why this, you wrote it on the left hand side, that is why this. It is not. Suppose if I cut this one and paste it here, and if I do this one again, according to Java, this dot anything is the member variable, only the name is the local variable. Now be careful in the examination. Suppose if you use the same name in the sense it is not NAMA, same name for the variables, both for the member variables as well as the local variable, then you have to exclusively highlight and say that, or maybe exclusively tag this and say that it is the member variable and this is the local variable. So you have to do this. Now in my case, I started with the small case. Should I do that? No. Is it okay? Now you notice at this time it is okay because name N is capital. You know very well, Java like C is case sensitive. N is capital and that's why it is able to distinguish between them. N is small case here, it's able to distinguish between them. Okay. So during the examination you may have this problem. So just remember this one. When you are tensed, you may type that in capitals. In that case, just remember that. Use this to qualify that. Now I am going to type this one so that you will remember that this person typed like this. This dot phone number equal to phone. Again, you don't need to type this if the variables are different. For example, phone P is small case and you have phone number. This you don't need to type this here. Now then, why did I say that is if you are typing it in notepad, you have to type everything on your own. It may take a longer time. Okay, then this dot salary, you notice that this dot salary equal to SAL, you use control space, and you notice the NetBeans is saying that two variables are there. One is this, you see this symbol here, this is a data member. This symbol, can you see that? That's a local variable, and it's going to say, are you talking about this one? Okay, and I'm sorry, I'm supposed to set, let me bring it here because I can't see it, it is going beyond the place. I'm going to make it as salary, no doubt, but I'm supposed to fill the other part. So I filled the name, I filled the phone, and I'm going to go here to the next one. I'm going to fill this one. This dot place, remember this is this dot place is equal to place. Okay, use control space and let NetBeans complete the word for you, because you will save you a lot of time because of typing errors with capitalization. This dot age, you notice NetBeans I typed in small case, but NetBeans is saying A should be in capital. So allow NetBeans to help you out with this small minor things, otherwise you get stuck with them and you can't come out of them. Okay, so I have done it. Remember, you can put enter and then take it to the next line. There is nothing wrong in it. Okay, you can go here and after the comma you can just here or anywhere you can just type and take it to the next line. The syntax is not wrong, you can always do that thing. Okay, so this is going to, what is it, this particular method is going to do. This particular method is going to take some values from the outside world, and there are many others, many more. Okay, and what is it going to do? So it's going to take all these things from the outside world, like the name, the phone number, the place. So name, let's say Ramesh is the name, so you type Ramesh as the name. It's going to take that Ramesh and it is going to get that name here, and it is going to save it inside the member variable. In the same way, if you type the phone number as 1 2 3 4 and so on and so forth, it's going to take that phone number from the outside world and it's going to save that phone number here, and it's going to do it for all the remaining variables. So you take all the values from the outside world and you are going to save it. Now it's not enough if you save it, let me print them also. So I'm going to use one other method called as protected, because I don't want it to be exposed directly. Protected void, and I'm going to say print mem details, m for mem for member details. Okay, and it doesn't take anything, and all it does is it uses system.out print line, and I'm going to say name colon plus name. Okay, I type NA and control space, let the NetBeans do it. If you notice that NetBeans will go and particularly select the proper member variable. Sometimes you type something in capital, something in small case, and you will end up in trouble. So that's why I'm telling you. So let me take a place as the next one. I'll make it slightly beautiful. Okay, so name and oops, place. This is done. So S out. Should I do S out every time, because I am very familiar with the control C and control V. Control C, you can do this trick even in notepad. Control C and control V, and next I'm going to say phone number. Okay, phone number, and this is PHO, control space. You can do it control space in notepad. Okay, so you can use control C, control V, that's the only thing you can do. Then you had this age, and you have this age. Now you may tempted to use a salary. You printed name, you printed phone number, you printed place, you printed salary, everything is your you printed age. So name, phone number, place and age. But you may be tempted to print salary, but don't do that thing. Why? Because you are already printing the salary here. Why are you printing it separately? You are printing it separately because in the question it is said that print salary is there. Print salary is there, which will print the salary of the member. Okay, in the question it is written like that. So don't print a salary, otherwise it will print two times. You will get it two times. Okay, so only up to age, not the salary. Don't do that for the salary. That done. So you have completed up to this point. You created a member. Okay, well and good. Then your next challenge is to create two more classes. First class is the employee. I'm going to copy paste it. I have the liberty to do that, but you will have to type it during the examination. So let me go to the project. Now for those people for whom this project is not visible, what are you going to do? go to window and you have this project. If you click on it, it is going to appear. If it's not visible here, go to window and project, it's going to appear here. Okay, done. Let me go here to the member inheritance. This is my package wherein I have this member just now I created. Right click on it, new class. That being done, I'm going to paste it, but you are supposed to type it during the examination, so NetBeans can't help you with that. Okay, so let me click finish. And what does they say? Let's finish one at a time. So employee and manager have data member specialization, and it inherits from member class. So it inherits, that means it's an extension of for the members. So how do I do that thing? It is going to extend extends member. Again, I'm using control space whenever to get the proper spelling. Now there is a member variable. They said there is a member variable for employee, the member variable respectively. They said for this employee and manager, two are there. For employee, the member variable is specialization. So there is a specialization, and there is again a typo here. Now they typed it in small case. Here the variable is typed in capitals. Now it's up to you which convention you are following, but follow one convention. If you start all the variables with the capitals, create all the variables in capitals. Okay, so there may be a typo when they type it, because they are also busy doing the things. So I'm going to just make it as CSS capital, following the convention, because I started here. I started every variable I started here. Data member I started here with the capitals, N capital, P capital, E capital, S capital, everything. First letter was capital. So I am going to, for employee also, I'm going to create the first letter in capital. Okay, just for the convention, that's all. If you start with all the small case, maintain all the small case, so you have some consistency. Okay, there, you got that thing. Okay, let's go with the specialization. So this employee has a specialization. So this is for employee you get the specialization, for manager you get department. Two things. Then what are we supposed to do? We are supposed to take all the variables. Employee is also a member, so employee must take all the details. So let me set the variable. Okay, so I'm going to say set. Let's start with the public void, and then I'm going to say set emp for employee details. Okay, so last time it was member details, so this time emp for employee. So here it was mem. Okay, for members. Now let's go to the employee. Who is an employee? Employee is also a member. That means employee also has a name, employee also has a place, phone number and everything. Employee has everything. So what am I going to do? I'm not going to type it. Even in the notepad you can do this trick. I'm going to copy this whole thing, Control C from here, and I'm going to take all the variable and I'm going to print it here. I just paste it here. So all the things that I did it, I'm going to take it in single line here, so just to confuse you. Okay, so all of them which were here, all of them are required. Name, phone number, place, age, salary, all are required. Okay, done. Apart from this, you also need string and specialization. Now this time I'm too tired of typing this specialization. I'm going to use SP as my variable name. SP is for the specialization. So you take all these values up to here. Okay, and where are you going to store? Not inside employee, because member already has this one. So I'm going to call this set details method from this member, and I'm going to pass it all. So in other words, from the employee I take all the values like name, phone number, salary, everything, all these details I'm going to pass it to the member. I'm going to pass it to this member. Okay, all this because it's member already can store this name, phone number, place, all these things members can store it. So I'm going to pass it to the member and I'm going to tell the member you store it, and I'm going to store only one thing, and that is a specialization. Remaining part like name, phone number, place and all the other things, I'm going to ask the member to store that thing because member knows how to store this. Okay, let me save it and let me do that. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's call that method. So which is this method? This is set member details. I'm going to call that method. So I'm going to say set member, me, control space it, and guess what, NetBeans will take an initiative and it will fit the values, but don't trust what NetBeans is doing. Sometimes it simply loses control, or maybe it miscalculates or misjudges and places wrong variables. Okay, so be extremely careful. Even if you are doing in NetBeans, go here and find out what is the order. First name must be there, then phone number must be there, then place must be there, then age must be there, then salary must be there. Is it in the same order? Name is there, phone number is there, place is there, age is there, salary is there. Now you may say that it's all proper. Today it is all proper. During the examination, NetBeans may, instead of place, it may start with the phone number, it may start place. Both are string variables. So what will happen is instead of phone number, you will get the place there. So that in that then your output will show you something very wrong. Okay, I will use Control Z, you know very well. In Windows you have something called as Control Z. Let me, is it everything is proper? Okay, Control Z and Control Z. Okay, everything is proper now. So first is name, phone number, place, age and salary. This part will be saved by the members because member knows how to save it. So why again do the reinvent the wheel when member knows how to save it? Ask the member to save it. Okay, so member can save up to salary. Then, but this specialization is not saved by anyone. So I'm going to save it on my own. So again, I will type this dot specialization. Remember, this is not really required. Specialization equal to SP. Okay, so specialization is this one. Okay, so what is this that you are doing? So you are taking everything from the outside world, like the name, phone number, place, age, all the details. All these things you will give it to the members, and you will ask the member. Okay, you save it, but you take the specialization SP and you save only specialization here. Okay, that being done, let me put one more method inside this, and that method is going to print. Okay, so let me go here, public void, and I'm going to say print emp for employee, and I'm going to say details. Okay, so I think I accidentally pressed control space, and the NetBeans will say that I am not that intelligent to guess the name of your function. That is why I said no suggestion. Okay, so what is that you are supposed to print? You are supposed to print the details of the employee. Who is an employee? Employee is also a member. So member will print all its details. You notice that member can print the name, age and all these things. The member can print that thing. So I take the trouble of using print line statement. So I'm going to go and I'm going to say print member MEM details. So what is this print member details? I am going to the member and I am printing, I'm calling this method. This method will automatically print all the details. Okay, up to age everything is printed. Done. What is the next thing that you are supposed to print? Up to age you have printed, but you may be tempted to print the salary. Very important thing, do not print the salary because salary is printed separately. Okay, so don't print that. Apart from salary, what else you are supposed to print? So name, age, everything is okay, but you are supposed to print the specialization. Very lengthy spelling. Specialization plus ESP and specialization. So you are supposed to print that specialization. Name, a phone number, place, age, all these things except salary and specialization. This is printed by the employee. So employee part is over. Let me save it. And let's look at the next part. Next part is we are supposed to create manager. Okay, I'm going to go to the manager. Just copy it and let me bring it. You don't have the liberty, even during the examination you can copy it because you will not get the PDF there. So right click and then new and class. So it is same. So go to the package, go to the here, right click new and class. And what's the name of the class? The name of the class is in this case manager. Done. Finish it off. What is it supposed to do? So manager also inherits from member class. So it's an extension of a member. So let me go to this manager and I'm going to say ext control space and then I am going to say manager extends from mem control space, manager extends from member. That's being done. And there is one member variable for the manager. For the employee you had specialization, for manager you have department. So let me take it from here. I'll take department, control C and control V, but you don't have that liberty, let me tell you. Okay, so string and this again, to make the convention proper, I'll take it as a D as capital. Okay, because I started everything in capital. Now, who is a manager? Manager is also a member. So member has a name, age and so on. Manager must also have the same thing. So let's get the details. First let's set the details for the manager. So I'm going to say public void set manager, MAN for manager details. Okay, and you need all the variables. You need all the variables of the members. I'm going to copy whole thing from the members. All these variable, name, phone number, age. You can do the same trick even in the notepad. Okay, so I'm going to remove this. Okay, and get it. So manager also requires name, phone number, place, age, salary, plus one more thing. Okay, plus what is this one? You need a department. Again, I'm not going to type this whole thing. String DEP. Okay, DEP also is okay. String department because it's already lengthier here. Okay, let me cut it and let me show you. Let me get it in 2 lines and let me show you. Press enter there and you'll get it in the next line. So manager also has a name, phone and all these things, and except apart from this he also belongs to some department. Now all these things, name, phone number and all these things can be saved by member, and member can set this one. So you have set details for the member, it can save all the details. And you know very well manager is an extension of member, so I can call any method of the member. I'm going to call this method. Again, I'm going to make it on the next line, for some of you may get confused. Okay, so I am writing after this, I am writing it here, so don't get confused. That bracket is there. Okay, I'm typing it here, so don't simply type there the bracket after closing the function, properly closing the function, it is there. So now I'm going to just cut it and then show you. So this is the function, that closing circular bracket is there, opening flower bracket is there, then I am typing it here. Okay, don't get confused there. So I'm going to say set MEM control space and NetBeans will do the needful thing. But does the NetBeans is doing it in the proper way? First name, then phone number. Is it the same order? First name, then phone number. I am going to the members now. Okay, in the member I am searching. So the name, phone number, salary, the place, age and salary. Is it putting it in the same order? So in the manager details, name, phone number, place, age and salary. Okay. NetBeans has done it for me. So if it has done, well and good. Sometime it will not do it. Okay. Then I'm going to say this. Remember, it's not required in this case. This dot department is equal to DEP. What is this DEP? I took the variable as DEP, even though I am good at typing, but I'm tired of typing that whole thing department, so I'm taking it short form of that. You can take D, you can take N for variable, you can take PH for phone, and save your time during the examination. So that's what is required when you want to crack the examination. Maintaining time is critically important, because if you don't maintain the time, 3 hours will run out within no time, and you will lose the marks, or sometime if you are bad luck, you may lose the entire paper altogether. So let's go ahead with the next part. I am set the values, and I'm going to say public void print manager details. Okay, done. Now manager is also an employee, so I have to print all the things. Manager's name I have to print, a manager phone number I have to print, everything except a salary I have to print all the things. But the first part is already printed by the member. You notice that member will store as well as print all these things. So I am going to call this print member details. From the member class I am going to call this method, so that is print details. And you, some of you may say that I will copy paste it. Remember, that is not object oriented. So let's say I'm going to print MEM member details. Apart from that, I'm going to print department. Remember, the members does not store the department, and I'm going to say DEP control space department. So everything you need to print for the manager, name of the manager, it is printed by this one line, will print everything, name, place, phone number, age, and I am printing department, but I am not touching the salary. Why? Because salary is printed separately. Wow, it is printed like that. So what to do? It is put in the question that you are supposed to print the salary. Now the final challenge, you have done everything, you get all, now assign all the name, phone number, and so on and so forth to the employee as well as manager, and create an object of them and then print them. Okay, so this is going to be the last challenge. I'm going to go to the first class here, which has static void main. In your project, by default, when you create a project, the NetBeans will create this class with the same name as that of your project, and you notice that this has the static void main. So let me go to that class. You can double click on it, or it will be available in one of the tab. Okay, with the static void main, I'm going to remove this remark statement, and I need all the variables. And guess what, I'm not going to type this all variables, and I'm going to copy paste it from here. Assume that I've typed it, because the video length will also increase if I start typing them. All these things were there up to here, things were there. Then I need two more. What are the two more? Two more is for employee, I need a specialization. That also I'm going to use it. So I'm going to use ESP for specialization, and let me take for manager unit department. These variables are required. So you need phone number. I am in the static void main, so don't get confused. I am in the static void main, and I am supposed to read all this variable. Now when you are doing like this, it may come here and there. What are you going to do? You can format the code by going here to source and format, or you can use the shortcut Alt Shift and F, or you can right click and also do that. You can right click and then say somewhere you get to format, Alt Shift and F, and you notice that when I format it, it's going to format it neatly. And there is one mark I think for formatting, so you get one mark for formatting the code without any effort. That being said, I need to input everything. So I need a scanner class, SANNE, and I'm going to take that scanner class from the utilities. Okay, press enter, and if you are using Notepad, you have to type this import java.utility.scanner. NetBeans will do it for you, but in Notepad will not do it for you. So SA is equal to new scanner, and I will take the input stream, that is system.in Okay, so I need this one. Also, I need two classes. What is that they said is you have to create two classes. So object of sorry, two objects for both of these. So I need the two reference to this object. One is my employee, other one is my manager. So I'm going to say employee emp is equal to new employee. This is my employee object. Done. Manager man equal to new manager. Okay, this is my manager. This is these are the variables you have, and then it's all the print line and reading them. So s out, and I'm going to say enter details of let me start with the employee. Yeah, something like this. Okay, done. Enter the details. I think enter the is there, so enter the details of employees. Anyway, that's English. Anyway, then let's start reading it. S out. Name of the employee, name. Okay, name equal to, I'm reading it from the screen keyboard. So SC is my scanner class here. SC is the scanner class. SC dot, it is the next string. So I'm going to say next line. Okay, that done. I'm supposed to read the phone number, so, and place. So I'm going to copy paste it. So it is much easier. I'm going to just select this one, Control C, and press enter. Click here, press enter, Control V. Next line. So what did I do is select this thing, two lines here, Control C to copy it. Click here, enter, Control V to paste it. Then I need place. Okay, name, place. I have to change here also. This is a place. Control, use the control space. NetBeans will help you out with that. Again, click here, press enter, paste it one more time. Name, age, place, phone number. Phone number. You can use phone also. And here the variable is the phone number. So just use PH, control space. NetBeans will take the variable name. Okay, so you have three things done. Let me read the age. Okay, let me read the age here. Okay, where is this age? Phone number is out there. Then let me use Control V to paste it. This is age. Now here, because your age, you can't do this one. Now don't say that age, and this will end up in trouble. And NetBeans is going to tell you that this is going to end up in trouble. Why? In the previous case, the name, phone number, and place, all of them were string. To read string, you are using next line. But to read a integer, you notice that this is integer. You don't read, you don't use next line. What is that you are going to use? You are going to use sc dot next int. Okay, control space it to get it. Next int, because it is a integer variable. Okay, so let's take the other one. I need salary. I think I'll print, I'll copy this one, Control C, to make it properly. I'm going to print the phone number, age, and then let me print the department. Okay, remember, manage, the employee has a specialization. Okay, you notice here two things you must be careful. Employee has a specialization, manager has a department. So I am filling the details for an employee, so I'm going to use the specialization. I'm going to print the specialization. Okay, done. Specialization. Okay, this will create a problem. What is this? Will create a problem. I'll talk about it slightly later. Let me fix this one. This is not the phone number, it is specialization. SP. Okay, I took the variable as SP. You notice that I took the variable for specialization. I took the variable SP, and it is a string. Okay, SP is a string. That is why I am using next line. In this case, age was int. That is why I am using next int. So age is int. That is why you are supposed to use the int. Okay, this will create a problem. Remember, when you are entering the details, you will type the age as say 35, and after that what you are going to do, after typing 35, you are going to press the enter sign here. Are you not? So this 35 will be taken and it will be stored inside age, but this enter sign will be there in the buffer. When you use the next line here, it's going to take that and it will proceed. Okay, I will show you the output and then I will tell you the correction. So that is why I left one line here. I left one line at this place to tell you that I'm going to make one correction there. Okay, this is a trick that you have to use whenever you are reading a string after reading a number. Suppose if you read a number, then you read a string, then you have to follow one trick, and I tell you it's a very simple trick. Okay, but I will show you the output and then I'm going to tell you how to fix that problem. So let me go to the specialization. After that, last thing, let me copy this because I have to get this. Last one is the salary. Okay, salary. Okay, so that is salary. So salary is SA salary. Okay, salary is not a string. Look at here, what is salary? Salary is double. Okay, you notice this, salary is double. You declared salary as double. That is why you can't read it as a string. You have to read it as a SC dot double. Where is the double? Not delimiter. SC dot, let me get that, SC dot next byte next double. Can you see that? Next double. Okay, so double. You read everything, you have done everything. Now this may not look beautiful. If it is not beautiful, right click and then say format the text. Everything is beautiful now. So you have read all the details that are required for your employee. Set the values for the employee. So how do you do that thing? I am going to say emp dot set details, set employee details. Now NetBeans will come out and it will help you out like anything, but be extremely careful even during the examination. Check out whether the order is proper. Now in this case, NetBeans missed out. You notice that it's going to mess up, so it is better you cross verify what NetBeans is doing. Okay, so we are supposed to read a name then phone, but what the NetBeans is doing, NetBeans is not using phone, instead it is using place. So it is phone number. Okay, NetBeans will do that mistake. Okay, and you must be careful with that. For the employee, you have the name, phone number, then place. Third one is place. Did the NetBeans let me, where is that thing? Did the NetBeans put the place? Then age, then salary. Let's go to the employee, and where is the employee? Okay, come on, employee. Then age, then salary. Last one is the specialization. Is it the specialization? Is it in the same order? Name, phone number, place, age, salary, specialization. It's going to do that thing, so don't think that NetBeans will always give you the it will that algorithm will try to match it. That's it. That algorithm may be faulty or may not guess it properly. In that case, you use your intelligence and then fix all the problems. So this is for the employee. Then you are supposed to do the same thing for the manager. Are you going to spend your whole life in typing? The answer is no. Even if you are using Notepad, do not type it. Copy up to here, you copy everything. Control C, I think you don't need to type this employee up to here. All the printf statement, you control C, done. Go here, press enter and go here, control V, and now it is enter the details of manager, only different manager. Enter the details of manager. Name is same, manager also has a name, place is there, phone number is there, age is there. Special, again after age you will get some problem. Let me tell you, here also you will get some problem. Specialization is not there for the manager. What is there for the manager? For manager you don't have specialization. For manager you have department. Okay, only that is one minor change. So manager has the name, place, phone number, age and department. Done. Department. And you cannot read the department, what is this spelling? Okay, department, and it is not SP. It is not SP. Again you can use SP variable. It's after all at the end of the day it is variable, but I have used a variable DEP. And the NetBeans actually says, if see this is typed but it is not used. The NetBeans is helping you out with that. Okay, for the department I use DEP. Okay, you can use SCP or anything, you can use it, variable after all. Once you have taken name of the manager, place of the manager, phone number, age, department, salary, everything is read. Let's fill the manager. Now go and fill all the details to the manager. Give every details to the manager. How do you do that? I have already created a variable for manager. So for employee I created a variable EMP. For manager I created a variable MAN. So let's go to this MAN here. At the end I'm going for the manager here. MAN dot set manager details, and NetBeans will help itself and with the wrong information, but you take it. Some of them are correct, some of them are wrong, so at least you get something, if not everything. So you get the name, you don't get the next part. What is the next part? You are supposed to get the phone number, that it has missed it. So you just change it and you say PH and control space it, and now you say that's a phone number. You're supposed to take the phone number. And next one is place, that is proper. Sorry, this is not the place. I think control set, I am supposed to take it here. Okay, and I'm supposed to put a comma, and I'm going to you know, you have used the word, I suppose you can drag it and do it. Okay, first one is the name, phone number, place, that done. Then you have age, then you have age, then salary, then department. Okay, everything is done, but there is one mistake, because you are reading a string after reading a number. It may be floating point number, double, or anything. You read a number and then a string, you will end up in slight mistake. I'll show you that when I run it. Now they said you take all the details, okay, and print the same. You take all the details and print. Okay, so let's print this one. Now you don't have a control C control V option. Let's print S out, and I'm going to say dash dash dash, and maybe you can use /n 2 times to get 1 or 2 line separation. Okay, that's it. Maybe 3 slash, you know what is this /n in you have in your see, you studied that thing. Maybe after 3 lines, otherwise it will come one below the other. And I'm going to say employee details, done, dash 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 dash. Okay, done. Okay, I think there are too many dash. Are there 3 4? Okay, done. And let's go to the employee. EMP is my variable. For employee I'm using a variable called as, if you go up, EMP is my variable. For employee, manager MAN. Okay, so EMP, then last time you used the set, now I'm going to use the print details. Okay, you notice that it also has a print member details, and it says it is protected. Okay, it is protected. You can call this from the derived class, but it is protected. You see the key here, it just says okay. So I'm going to get that thing. And this is the employee details. So let me just show you. I am calling the other method. Where is the other method? This method, print details, the second method of the employee. Now in this method, why did I call that thing is, see, member can print the name, place, age, and employee can print the specialization, but none of them will print the salary. Okay, so you need to print the salary on your own. So you have to say emp dot print salary. You notice that print salary, it is publicly available. This is protected. You see that thing? Okay, it is protected. That's for the employee. Okay, so you did it for the employee. Control C, full thing, whatever you have typed, full thing, I'm going to copy it. Control C and click here, go down, Control V, paste it. This time it is manager details. Okay, manager details. And what is the variable for manager? I have created the variable MAN, that's for manager. So this is MAN. You will have to remove this whole thing. Okay, this is not going to work. MAN dot print manager details. Okay, there is also print mem details, which is incomplete, but let's go here. And this is I'm going to just remove this one also. MAN dot print salary, which is from the previous method. Okay, done. Everything is done with one problem. You are going to get one problem. Let's run this project. I can click here and run this project, or you can right click and run this, because there is static point main here. You can run this one. Okay, done. Let's run this program. You will get one small error. I will fix that. Okay, so it's going to take some time. For my machine is slightly slower now because of some reason, I don't know. So it's not going to take that much of time, but my machine is a bit slow. Okay, enter employee name. And what is the employee name? I'm going to say money is the employee name. Place, say Mangalore. Phone number, what is the phone number? 1 2 3 4 5 6. Okay, so okay, I assume that 10 digits are there. Age, say 35. That's not my age, by the way. You see that the problem appeared. What is it? So you just look at here what you were doing. Okay, what you were doing here is let's show you the print line statement. So you read the name. I think I can zoom in for you. Okay, you read the name. You see here, you read the name. Okay, you read the place. You read the place. You read the phone number. Well and good. You read the phone number. You read the age. This is good. And I told you, you are reading a number. After that, after reading a number, you started reading the specialization. Guess what it has done? It has not stopped for the specialization. What did happen? When you typed this, I'm sorry, when you type this age here, you type this enter sign. Age, then enter. That enter is actually taken by the specialization. So here the specialization has taken your enter sign is taken by this. This has that enter sign. So your that enter was remaining. Enter is not a number, but it is a character, so it just takes. Okay, character 13 is enter, so it took that as the value, and what it quietly left this part and it went to the salary. You notice that if you look at the output here, it went to the salary and it's waiting for the salary. So let's say salary is 35,000. Let me say, okay, done. That part is done. Now it is asking me for the details of the manager. So I'm going to print the details of the manager. You notice the problem here. Now you typed age here and you typed this one. What is this? Salary here, and after typing this salary, what did you do? After typing this salary, you pressed enter. Remember, enter is not a number, so this enter is still there in the buffer. After reading a number, if you read a string, that enter sign will be directly taken. So a name, it is not waiting. What happened to this? What is the problem? Problem is you read this double. After that you are trying to read, very next you are reading the string. So remember, always remember that in throughout your life, when you type a number and when you read a number, immediately if you read a string, it will just read that enter sign, it will not wait for it. But I'm going to complete it. I've told you this is going to create some problem. So let me do whatever output I am getting now. So place is say Udupi, and phone number is some phone number, okay, and age is say 25. Again, did I type 35? Okay, anyway, 35. So let's say 45,000 is something, okay. Did I again you see this department, it didn't wait for the department. After age, it didn't wait for the department, because all you know very well, I'm not going to waste your time. When you read a number, after that if you read a string, you have to do some minor setting, that's all, one minor setting that you have to do. I'm going to press enter and everything will come properly. Okay, name is missing, you notice here. In the previous case, specialization is missing because you read a number, then a string. Specialization is gone. You read a number, then you read a string. This is gone, this is gone. How do you fix this? So that is the next part. How do you fix this? To fix this, what you need to do is, once you are reading a number, okay, if you read one more number after this, if you again suppose after this if you read one number, let me just show you, this is not there. After this let's say you are reading one more number, then this problem won't come. Even though there is a enter sign here in the buffer, this enter sign will not be carry forward. Okay, for if you read a number and a number and a number, nothing is going to happen. This problem comes only if you read a number and then you read a string. What is the fix? Fix is very simple. You just say sc dot next line. You just read this next line. Where are you going to store? Next line. Don't store it, just read it. So what happens? What happens now? You typed this number here, one age is 45, let's say, and you pressed enter. 45 is taken and given to this age. Enter was still there. You just read that enter. Okay, and did what? You did nothing. What are you going to do with that enter after all? Just read it and forget it. Okay, so just add one extra line. This extra line you are adding only if you have this problem. That is, you read a number and then a text, okay, or a string. So take this, Control C. Here also you have the problem. Where is this problem? You read a salary. What is the next thing that you are reading? This is a number. After all, whether it is an integer or float or double or anything, it's a number. After that, what is the next thing you are reading? Is the name. So fix it here. Okay, you are reading a number, then your next thing that you are reading is a text. So remove this enter sign. Here you may type the salary as 1 2 3 4 or 5 or something, and then what are you going to do? Then you are going to press where is it gone? Then you are going to press this enter sign. So 1 2 3 4 5, all this is stored in the salary. Enter was remaining in the buffer. You just read it and put it in vacuum. It's not really required. Let it go out of the buffer. That's all you are doing. Now this is not really required. Okay, and last thing is here one more fixer. And what is this one more fixer? Age. You are reading age, which is a number, and next thing you are reading is a text. So what are you going to do? Again, same story. Sc dot next line. This is just a fixer for the problem. It will solve all the problem you have encountered. Now when you entered it, you notice that it's not coming properly. So you see this a new line is coming. You see that I don't like this kind of thing. This is my personal way of doing it. Some people like it, I don't like it. When you have name here, I expect the name to be typed in front of it. What is the problem why it is going to the next line is you have this, you have the, where is this print line statement. You see this print ln statement. So you have this print ln statement. I will, sorry, I'm going to take slightly longer time. I'm going to remove this ln and I'm going to keep print. All places I'm going to print place, so that after name immediately the cursor will come in front, so it looks nice. Okay, so it is again formatting, and you have 1 marks for formatting. So I'm going to just fix this. So this is ln. The first let it be there, enter details, ln may be there. After here I don't want the ln to appear. Okay, so that is done, that is done, specialization is done. Now okay, this is done. Maybe I'm going to just put 1 line separation, maybe 2 line separation, maybe that, and then ln 2 line, because I'm going to show you what if I did 2 line where it is appearing, just some fix. Okay, that's it. And I'm going to remove this ln from all the places, so that it looks great. Okay, department also ln, I'm removing it, let it come in the straight line. Okay, so what's it going to do? If you see whatever, why did you put 2 ln, why didn't you tell me in the last case? I'm going to show you what is that I'm doing. First problem that I am going to just pull it out. I am not right now, I have not run this program. I am showing you the last output. See, I want the name to come right here, not on the next line. It will, because ln is there, print ln was there, it will automatically take you to the next line. I don't want that. Next fix I am doing here, you see, this is everything for the employee. So employee is there, immediately manager will come. So I put to 2, where is that 2? Let me show you that. I put this 2 slash n, you know very well that's new line, so that once I fill the details of the employee, I'll get some space here, and then the manager will start. Okay, all formatting, it is just to make it look neat. So at the end you must be disciplined, and you must show the output neatly. Let me run it, and you notice now, you see it appears beautiful. I feel like it is beautiful because the name in front of name, the name will come. Okay, I'm going to fix the name money, and I'm going to fix the name as Mangalore, and phone number as 123456789. Okay, lengthy phone number, age 45, let's say, and specialization I say IT, salary say 55,000. 1 2 3, so I think it's 5,500. I think, what is it, 55,000. Okay, that's it. And you see is how beautiful it comes. This is for the employee. 2 line separation. Why did a 2 line separation? Because of this 2 line separation. You see how beautiful it appears now. Okay, so let's go ahead with this. Let me say you have Manish. Okay, where is this Manish? And let's say he is from Udupi. This is manager, I suppose. Okay, and his phone number is 98765. Okay, and 0. Okay, phone number. Okay, not D. How did the D came here? Okay, that's his phone number. Age, let's say 35 years of age. He is the working in sales department, and he is getting some 45,000 rupees salary. So you must get less than my salary. Okay, so that done, press enter, and everything should appear neatly. So this is the enter the details and employee details. What is that? Name, age, everything is coming properly. Name, place, phone number, age, and this. Okay, done. A name, place, phone number, and this is done, and everything is done. Thank you for watching this video.